on in my career, man, I loved training, right? I thought I wanted to be a pro athlete. I loved the lifestyle of a pro athlete. You know, looking back, I probably did never, you know, become a pro athlete. I don't know if it was my calling. I think what I'm doing right now, you know, is probably it. But Sean, you don't know me. You know, I'm a pretty athletic guy. And I probably could have, you know, tried to push it to, you know, to a different level with it. And I just never did. But every time I was trying to get strong, I ended up chubby and slow. Every time I was trying to, you know, basically lean out, I'd end up faster, but I was weaker. So I was always looking for a solution to that, but I kept having injuries and plateaus, and you know, ultimately, you know, trying to, you know, microwave the process as much as I could, right? Which ends up creating this unsustainable situation. So I kept getting into these different programs and trying to figure it out, and didn't quite have that longer term understanding. But you know, back then, this information wasn't there. Like the stuff that you guys can get access to right now, it just wasn't available the way that it is today. And it also wasn't the common knowledge that you hear that today consistently as well. And I was already starting to get this idea that, you know, to be an athletic freak, it was really about plyometrics, right? And that really that quick burst, quick twitch type of movement. And that to be the fitness freak, right, was the power endurance idea, which we see that in sports as well, is that you have the one athlete that, you know, traditionally, right, is already that athletic freak. And then you have this other person that's decently athletic, but they're the worker, right? And they do all the work and they get in amazing shape and they outwork their opponents. And a lot of times they're able to beat the athletic freak, but not all the time. Are you guys chatting? Or is somebody looking for a chat for me? No. Okay, I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right.
Sorry, I'm super slow toggling back to the screen to unmute. I just put the YouTube channel link there so they could get the self-assessment video if they wanted to check it out.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
So basically, you know, you end up hitting the wall over and over and over again, right? The same results. Basically, every year I would increase my, you know, bench by 5 pounds, right? But for what risk, right? It was like I was getting more beat up and my mechanics were getting worse, but I kept trying to, and also you're looking at that metric and going, I got to get stronger. I got to get stronger. I got to get stronger, right? Or I got to get faster. I got to get leaner, whatever it is. But you're doing it in a way that ends up leaving you worse for the wear, right? Which is kind of coming back to COVID and all of this stuff. When the mistakes all revolve around the same principles, right? So, and that's one of the reasons why I love PT so much, because we're at this high level, you know, with our professionalism, which encompasses, you know, almost this broad spectrum, you know, that revolves around everything. But we're not taught how it you know, universally translates into all these other areas. And then again, as I got into PT, I started realizing that everybody else is having these same problems. But during the return to sports phase, we're doing this high intensity, crazy, you know, high volume training, but there's still really low risk for injury. So how can we create a system, right, that actually allows us to do the same with our training? I know I've talked to you guys about that before, but that was my big thing. I knew that there was something that was missing with all of this, and it was my moral obligation to try to find the answers to this question, which is still, you know, what's driving me today, is how do we replicate that return to sports phase for everybody, right?